All right, we're going to cross over to the UK and have a catch up with the coach of the England Test side and former SENZ co-host of Breakfast Show, Baz Brendan Skip, the coach, McCullum. Morning, coach. How you doing?
Morning, lads. How are you? I'm just going to get out of the wind so you can hear my dribble.
All good, mate. All good, mate. Hey, we appreciate your time, Baz. We've been watching all the coverage over here in New Zealand. It's been a big old couple of test matches gone right down the wire. Lots been happening on and off the field. But, mate, obviously winding down from test two. How you been? What have you been focusing on? What's been the messages?
Well, I think firstly we've had two absolute ripping test matches, right? I think, the anticipation and the expectation leading into the series that two good teams with contrasting styles that go toe-to-toe. And I think so far over 10 days of cricket, everyone's been totally enthralled and probably entertained as well. And, we're on the wrong side of it at the moment, 2-0 down. But from our point of view, we still believe. And if we can just smooth out a couple of the rough edges and adapt to conditions that's slightly quicker than what we probably have done so far, then we give ourselves a chance. And that's the exciting aspect that we're looking at. And that's the message which is running through the side.
Hey Baz, it's Kempy, mate. Thanks for joining us this morning. Man, it has been such a awesome test match test series to watch. You've converted me into, I guess, a cricket supporter with the style of cricket that you've introduced to the English team. Mate, there's been lots of talk over there, about the way that the Australians are, not surprisingly, not playing in the spirit of the game, especially with the dismissal yesterday. What's your thoughts on it? I know you came out and said you won't have a beer with them anytime soon, but what's your thoughts? What's your honest thoughts on it?
Well, it's a lovely line for the narrative, isn't it? I think, in the end, we're all going to sit down and have a beer at the end, aren't we? But it was just a little bit of banter at the end there. But look, the guys are obviously they were initially probably a little bit upset about it, but they're entitled to do what they want, and that's just the nature of it. I think if you look at the situation, there's going to be 50% of people would say that it was the right decision, and 50% would say that it's not. And that's just life. And from our point of view, I said I've had the benefit of hindsight because I made some decisions when I was younger and around the spirit of game, which I regret. I made some mistakes around it as well, and I put my hand up for that. At the time, I probably didn't understand what it kind of meant, and for me it was about just trying to win in the moment, and it wasn't until I played a little bit longer and probably understood things a little bit more that I kind of I changed my stance on that, and hence I put my hand up and have apologised for it. But they're entitled to do what they want in the end. We still had our chances in that test match, and we witnessed some quite amazing stuff, especially from our captain, Ben Stokes. And ultimately, the decision was made, and we're 2-0 down, but we're confident we can bounce back.
Mate, is there frustration within the group and how to stay on top of that frustration? Australia, we know what they're going to bring. They're going to try and rattle you. They're going to try and do things that are unorthodox. How do you ensure that the lads stay on and the frustration doesn't creep in?
Yeah, look, I reckon it's just part of it, that's when you're coming into the series. And the exciting part was we knew we were going to be tested. Our methods were going to be tested. Our morale was going to be tested, and our skills were going to be tested. And we want that, We want to find out where we're at as a team. And if we're not quite there yet, then we'll strive to get better. It's okay if you're not quite up to the mark at certain occasions, but the good thing is that every single time we head into a situation, the guys go in with total clarity and real confidence. And, if the opposition is better in that circumstance, then that's okay. But it just means you've got to improve slightly, and that's all right. I think the games have been very close. There's been some very small margins.
Yep.
And some moments which have separated the two teams. And, I think back for 12 months ago when I took over this job, to where we are now as a team and the type of cricket we're playing and the challenges we're presenting the number one test team in the world in such a series which has got millions and millions of eyeballs all around the world on it. I'm just really proud of where the guys are at, and we're nowhere near the finished product yet. So, we just got to keep our belief and keep the morale high, and we look forward to the next opportunity.
And that's it, Baz. Like, you've only had this side for 12 months. There's plenty of people on both sides of the fence at the moment saying, this isn't Test cricket, this isn't the Ashes, and then you got to imagine what they were saying 12 months when England couldn't even bat. How's the boys all taken it? You're dead right about how close the series is. 40 runs on the last day, just gone. How's the morale like? The boys, are they biting at the bit to get back out there, especially with the banter that's going on in the background?
Yeah, well, I mean, the banter is just two very proud sporting nations going toe-to-toe in a series which means so much to both, right? So, the banter and the competitiveness are always going to be there, and that's what makes Ashes cricket so great. And, and that's the opportunity that we have, and that's the stage which has been set. So how we deal with that is kind of in our own hands, I guess. But, the guys are fantastic. So proud of them, for their investment and what we were trying to take this team already in the last 12 months, and their investment in the last 3 or 4 weeks as well, to still stay true to what we want to achieve and keep trying to improve in the areas that we need to under some, quite a large microscope. So, look, I mean, in the end, I know we're always judged on our results, and winning or losing is crucial to how things are. But at the same time, we're playing some good cricket, and I don't think we have to improve a whole heap to hopefully come out on the right side of it. But we'll see. We'll find out. We know we're up against a good opposition, and they ain't going to give us anything. We're going to have to go out there and get it, and that's the challenge which is in front of us, and it's pretty exciting,
Yeah, I love it. I love the fight. I can hear it in your voice. No surprises there, Bears, mate. You don't change for a win. You don't change on a loss, mate. It's all the same fight, dog mentality. Absolutely love it. Both sides have been hit with injuries. Obviously, Nathan Lyon going down for Australia, and he's obviously the quality spin bowler. But you lost Jack Leach at the start of this series, so a big miss and a big loss. Joe Root has been throwing a few spins down the wicket for a while there. Is there another spin option that potentially could come in? I know you tried out Moeen Ali coming back from retirement. Is there any other options? I think maybe potentially lacking in the spin department if there was something.
Well, I think firstly, Nathan Lyon, for us, Jack Leach was a huge bloke. He's been such an instrumental part of not just our performances, but also the culture shift that we've been able to make within 12 months. And, he was a big blow for us, but he's still in and around the group at times, and he's still offering some stuff. So, we try and do what we can from that point of view. From Nathan Lyon, look, he's been an incredible player for a long period of time. To have done what he's done as an off spinner, and the amount of wickets he's taken as a career is significant. And you never like to see people get injured. And from our point of view, we want to play against the best, right? And he's the best. So, you wanted him to be fit and firing, and hopefully you try and overcome him. If not, then you say fair play. But so it's a big blow for them. But they do have some good options. I think this Todd Murphy looks like a really good bowler, and he's not Nathan Lyon yet, but he's got some real skills. So we'll respect his skill and make sure we try and come up with ways to counter him. And from our point of view around the spin options, Moeen Ali's finger is certainly improving, and Headingley has been a place where spin has been pretty successful in the past. So, I'd expect that Mo would come back into the lineup, all going well, but we'll have to wait and see. We've only just got the lead, so we'll have a look at the wicket tomorrow morning and then make a call. But Mo's a very experienced customer. He's been around the international game for a long period of time. I thought he performed well in that first Test match, and particularly with someone whose finger was in such a situation it was. I thought he did the job that we asked of him, and I'm sure that if he does get another opportunity in this game, hopefully he'll still bring that same kind of presence that he does and that match-winning ability. And if it works out for him, then he could be the one standing there at the end with the accolades.
Beautiful, Baz. Oh, we'll let you go shortly, mate. But how are you doing? How are you doing, obviously, over in the UK, playing in an Ashes series? Was it everything that you thought it was?
Oh, mate, I'm loving life. Honestly, it is. This is where you want to be. Like what the biggest stage you can possibly get. The team's obviously down at the moment, but how good's that? Like, what an opportunity. You want to be, as I keep saying, you want to be tested against the best. You want to see where you're at. You don't want things to be easy, you know? The easy shit's that's not where the value is. You want to be tested against the best on the biggest stage. And as I say, I'm just so proud of our boys for where they've come from and in the last little while and what they're doing day in, day out, and the way they're fronting up. And you know, if things change just a little bit, who knows? We might be on the right side of it. But what a great challenge in front of us, and you know, I can't wait to get it on again. To be honest, so just an absolute thrill and a real privilege to be in the position I'm in, and you know, all of that other stuff, like all the noise and the media and all that sort of thing. I actually have great respect for it all, because to me that's what makes it such a significant series and makes it such an opportunity to do what we're trying to do in cricket, because there's so many people out there watching it and enjoying it. So you try and take it in your stride and just never change, I guess.
Beautiful, Bears. Well, we know you love your punting. We've been having a dire time over here in New Zealand. I'm absolutely hating it. Have you got anything coming up? Anything you can lead us into, Bazza?
Lads, I might have something. I've got a horse. That I bred, and this is going to kill me because we're going to get no odds now. But I got a horse that I bred that won a trial the other day very impressively. He's a big chestnut with a big white face, and his name's Stokes, and he runs.
Benny Stokes' horse.
No, it's my horse, but I asked him if I could name it after him, because I thought he'd bring a big chestnut horse, big well-built chestnut with a big strong white face, and he can gallop, and he's going to debut. He's going to debut on the 20th, hopefully, all going well. Curtis Pertab's got him, who's doing wonderfully well early in his training career. He debuts on the 20th. I think it's at Hastings, all going well, but he looks like he might have a bit of ability. So who knows? Maybe that's that could be the story of the Ashes. We find a way to come back and raise the urn, and Stokes wins on debut, and everyone gets the fill up.
Oh, beautiful, Bez. Love it. I love it, mate. Stokes, 20th at Hastings. You heard it here on SENZ. The odds are going to plummet now. Thanks for that, Bez. Hey, Rito, Kieran Reid, he was obviously over at the Ashes. He said you looked after him, mate. Did you ever catch up with Rito?
I didn't get a chance to catch up with him, but yeah, we got Rito some tickets to the game, and he made the effort to come to Birmingham, and he said he loved it. It rained most of the day, but him and Stuart Broad swapping jerseys, actually, because Stuart Broad's number 8 for us over here, and obviously Rito's number 8 All Blacks, so they're swapping shirts, which is pretty cool, because Rito's obviously a cricket fan, and Broadie's a rugby fan, so we'll connect them at some stage, but yeah, hopefully we'll catch up with them at some stage as well. But we've seen so many Kiwis over here, lads. Honestly, it's been awesome. I had some friends travel over from New Zealand, and there's heaps of people floating around. So series like this, they just, you know, everyone gets to enjoy it. So it's been good fun, and we're only just sort of, well, we're not even halfway through, which is pretty exciting.
Oh, what are you driving,
Hey,
Bez?
Baz, if you want a pint, Baz, head to the Sky Rack in Headingley. It's run by a good mate of mine called Fletch, and just say that Kempy sent you in there. I'm pretty sure he'll fool you up.
You send me that message, so I'll go and hit him up.
All right, Bez. We appreciate your time, mate. All the best. We're loving the series. Obviously 2-0 down, but, mate, you can sense a little bit of a comeback here heading to Headingley. So all the best, brother. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, lads. We'll see, but looking forward to it, eh? Cheers.
SENZ. It's Kiwi for Sport.